we don't hear this though. We don't be hearing that type of.
Well, we don't hear it from guys either, though.
I like On Site.
So it's like
That's why this is so good to me, though.
Thanks for tuning in to the No Clearance Podcast. Now subscribe, hit that like button, and enjoy the clip.
No clearance. We're gonna move to Tyler's Turntables, man. Final section. Might be some controversy here, man. I would love to talk about Coco Jones. Coco Jones released her first album. She is calling it her first album called Why Not More. A R&B project that personally I've been a big fan of these last 3-4 days, man, listening to it. I feel like, how do I say this, man? There's a couple of songs in there, man. It just gives me them butterflies. Like when I think about my wife, I say that very like for real. I like Thing for You. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot of good love songs. That's really what I'm trying to say here. It's really good love songs. I do feel like she ended it so I don't like the way she ended the album. I feel like she ended on a low and not a high, because most of the album was really on a high note. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like there was a 4 to 5 song run in the album that is just really good. Now, I'm not a big fan of Keep It Quiet, but when she goes Taste, On Site, AEOMG, Thank For You, and then Here We Go, even Other Side of Love, I'm like, man, it's very hard to skip any of those. Maybe AEOMG, but outside of that, it's very hard to skip any of those songs. And then on top of that, I actually liked Most Beautiful Design. I was like, why is Future on this album? But Future did what Future did.
That was the single,
and
I
that
believe.
turned out. What's up?
That was a single that she released that a while ago.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? And that's the thing. I'd be so out of touch with the singles. Where I know Taste was a single.
Here We
Pretty
Go
sure Here We Go. Here We Go
was a single.
But out of all of these songs, for me personally, Thank For You is my favorite one.
I think that's the best song.
I think, here's the thing. This album, I don't think this album is going to be, this ain't the greatest R&B shit we heard of all time, but I do believe this pushed her career forward. I listen to this and go, I'll listen to another Coco Jones album. That's where I'm at with it. This ain't.
So you say it's a good start. It's a good debut.
Yeah, if she's saying this is my first album, you know, the first album can go two ways for a lot of artists, or three, but the first, in a positive way, the first album can go two ways. It can either go, this is the greatest shit I've heard. It can have just ridiculous reviews, but a first album can also be like, this is solid. If they drop another one, I'm gonna lock in. You know what I'm saying?
You can see that.
And I feel like that's where yes, I feel like that's where she was at. You know what I'm saying? I know we all listen to this one. So, KC, what are your thoughts on the album?
I mean, I thought it was solid. And I love Coco. I really do. And the album, similar to you, Ty, like it wasn't the greatest, but it definitely puts me, like, if I'm somebody, like, I have no idea who Coco Jones is and I hear this album, I'm intrigued. I want to hear more. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like my favorite. I also felt like because she dropped stuff in the past, I thought those were albums. Apparently they weren't.
I had to look it up. Myself.
Yeah, apparently they weren't. But if I'm going off this track list, I agree with you, Tyler. The joint she has with Future, it was something I didn't know I needed, kind of a feel. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting it. But I'm like, I'm not mad at it though. If I was to pick one track that is like absolutely my favorite, Here We Go. I think that was a beautiful sample. I really enjoy an R&B when we sample purposefully. And I felt like it didn't feel like I think when you sample something, but you just do the same song, it's not, you know what I mean? You change up the lyrics or whatever, but it's essentially the same gist. it doesn't feel like personal to that artist. I feel like Here We Go was a good sample and it was personal to her. Like it made sense for who she is as an artist and her like artistic identity. I liked On Site. Keep It Quiet's cool. Hit You When It Hurts. I enjoyed that. I would say like not my favorite, but would
Oh,
be my
Casey, love
my
all the
second.
pain songs.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's R&B though. You gotta.
No,
You know what I mean?
but it's two sins of R&B, and I will say this as a nigga, as you know, somebody married. I love the love. Give me the love. All this what a nigga did, I get it. And that's why sometimes when I had some we'll be like, I don't like the album. You just hate ass. Now you saying you can't see, but I was like, you just a hate ass nigga. Cause she love a nigga. She done got 4 or 5 songs. The taste of your lips. Oh my
How
goodness.
about Donovan Mitchell? Boy balling out right now.
On Site? Come on. I just want to lay with you all night. Come on. We don't hear this. No, we don't be hearing that type of shit.
Well, we don't hear it from guys either, though.
I like On Site.
So it's like
That's why this is so good to me, though, KC.
I like that.
Who else?
I thought On Site was a good song.
Chocolate Coco.
I love me some Coco Jones. Coco Jones.
No, but this is the thing I was going to say. I was talking about this earlier today. I feel like vocally, she's afraid to go places.
I hear you. I know exactly what you're saying.
She can sing. Don't get me wrong. And I've literally gone back and forth with people about her ability. She could sing. You could tell she stops right before her voice would crack.
Yep.
And she would go. Here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
When you're singing,
I see what you're saying.
it's okay to fall into you crack. Cool. Do it again. Each time you do it, that's the beautiful thing about your voice or your vocals is that you push through and you're strengthening it.
Also it's a level of passion that she's not giving.
She's not tapping into
decides
it
to
yet.
stop.
So
yeah,
just to try and understand what y'all both saying, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page as y'all. Are y'all saying she sings with like restraint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can see
Very
that
much
too.
so.
I can see every time I hear Coco Jones, I can see that I can see her just belting. But she don't do it. She doesn't do it. She hasn't done it.
And I'm telling you, she probably cracked one time.
Maybe.
No,
Yeah.
and I think as a singer, when you crack for the first time, that shit it goes 2 ways. Either it's like, okay, shit, now I could do other vocal things, right, to strengthen that and do more. Or it's like, I didn't like how that sounds. I'm never gonna do that shit again. So I feel like, you know what I mean?
You know, one song that I forgot to bring up. Of course, the title track, Why Not More? YG Marley. I do think it's interesting how we get but this is the second R&B album I've heard try to put in some Caribbean vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to see how many more we get of these where it's like, let's just slap in something different. You know, right here.
I feel like that was her had a lot of songs coming out with that like R&B reggae vibe to it too.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I thought the album was good personally.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was amazing.
Out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it 7.5. It's 7, 8. Either 7, 8.
I'll give it a 7.
Maybe too much. What do you think, Casey? What are you rating it?
Ooh, we're doing out of 10?
Yeah,
Out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, I think it was
all right. Now
7 ain't bad.
That's better than I thought.
You passed the class.
Yeah.
Passed the class.
Yeah.
I definitely not an F, but I'm not gonna give her an
It's
A.
a C.
And once again, I do feel like she just ended it on a low.
I like that song at the end. Nobody exists. I like that song.
No, I
Here's
like
my
it.
thing. You got to do it in waves. I get what Tyler's saying.
Yeah.
Like, if we you can't go in and it's like we feeling pain and we're going and damn it, we gonna end on that. You got to end on I always think you should end opposite of how you start.
I think she could have put Why Not More at the end.
Okay.
And it would have been,
it's especially since the title track. I feel like the title track should either go at the beginning or at the end.
Yeah.
What's the point of making it the title track? You know what I'm saying? I thought
I don't know.
Decent album.
But shout out to her. more credit to her.
I could see her next
Um,
album. Or I could see her learning lessons from this album and applying it to the next album.
No Clarence.